Greetings everyone, this is Jed Shlackman. In this presentation I am covering the topic of anti-aging and giving 12 anti-aging tips for youth, beauty, and longevity. We live in a society where people are often focused on youth and beauty and go to great lengths to create the appearance of it, often in a superficial way, using things to cover up the signs that the body is showing signs that it's no longer youthful or vibrant. Here I'm going to give some tips to really give you ideas on how you can create lasting youth and beauty, to truly nourish the body, to keep it in a healthful state, and to slow down or prevent some of the premature aging that often occurs. Tip number 1 is to keep your body hydrated. This includes avoiding smoking and smoke, which includes cigarettes and other types of smoke in your surroundings, as these dehydrate you and demineralize you, since your body is using minerals up much quicker to cope with the stress created by the smoke as it affects the body. Notice that when fresh produce stands around, one of the first signs of decay is losing its water content. Water is the currency of life. Therefore, we want to make sure that we're well hydrated, that we're getting good sources of water. Tip number 2, consume a diet that contains a lot of raw fruits and vegetables. These are good sources of structured, energized water, of vitamins, enzymes, and minerals. Raw foods have vibrant auras and high nutritional content. Once you begin to cook food, you start to break down to damage the nutrients that are in it, and of course cooking it will affect the water content that was originally in the food. Many diets that are recommended nowadays are ones that have a high content of raw foods. There are raw vegan diets, there are raw plant-based diets, there are paleo diets that have a lot of raw food in them. So whichever style of eating you prefer, you can increase the amount of raw fruits and vegetables that you're consuming. Tip number 3 is to use probiotics to keep your gut functioning smoothly, as many health problems begin in the gut with impaired digestion, and that impaired digestion fosters toxicity and malnutrition. A healthy balance of bacteria in the intestines is recognized to help address digestive issues as well as issues with the nervous system and immune system. So your cognitive functioning, your emotional functioning, and your immune functioning can all improve as you balance out the functioning of your digestive system. Tip number 4 is to breathe deeply. Deep breathing fills the body with oxygen and with life force, what's called prana or chi in the Eastern traditions. Spend time in fresh air environments and use air purification indoors to help ensure the air you breathe supports your health. Tip number 5, meditate and help the mind relax. The stressed mind consumes a great deal of energy. The mind creates time, past and future, and thus is vital in the process of aging. As the mind lets go of stress and surrenders more to the flow of life, then destructive effects are no longer unleashed upon the body. Meditation has been studied to a great extent, and there are many benefits that have been recognized. Stress reduction is obviously one of the benefits of meditation, and that leads to physiological effects. Those effects, in turn, will slow down the aging process, allowing your body to maintain its youthfulness. Tip number 6 is to engage in moderate exercise. This improves cardiovascular functioning and gets the lymph fluid moving to clear out cellular waste. Just be careful not to overdo exercise, as that can create excessive free radicals and use up nutrients faster than they are replenished. People that engage in extreme athletic type events sometimes do damage to themselves because their body really can't handle the amount of physical exertion or stress that they're taking on. We can do some moderate exercise on a daily basis. You could be doing some yoga, you could be doing some stretching type exercises, some resistance type exercises, some moderate aerobic type exercises. Just be aware of your own body's condition and what is the optimal amount that it can handle at any given time. If you're overstressing your body, then you are creating free radicals and extracellular waste. So exercise is healthy for us, but like other things, it's healthy in moderation. It is possible to do too much and cause damage by doing too much. Tip number 7 is to get a good night's rest, and even a nap during the day if needed to help the body refresh itself. Be conscious of your circadian rhythm so you get to sleep when your body needs to begin its rest cycle. There's a reason for calling it beauty rest, as it helps preserve youthfulness. When we're sleeping, when we're resting, our body is able to detoxify and regenerate itself. So if you're experiencing sleep deprivation, if you're encountering insomnia, then that will lead eventually to some physical type of breakdown. Therefore, it's important to get rest, and as part of the process of making sure you get enough rest, you'll want to work on some psychological aspects, which we'll come to. Tip number 8 tells us to let go of emotional baggage and psychological burdens. If we live in the eternal now, the timeless present, rather than regretting or resenting the past or worrying about the future, then we're reducing the stress that we experience. We're letting go of those burdens so that we can be more healthy and vibrant. It's often important to be able to forgive others and to forgive yourself. Forgiveness releases us from those psychological burdens. It allows us to live more fully in the present. Tip number 9, use only natural toxin-free products in your home and on your body. Many chemicals in our environment are placing stress on our bodies and interfering with healthy metabolic functioning. It's ironic that many people are using what they think of as beauty products, which are designed to enhance their appearance, which actually contain compounds or chemicals that are exaggerating or exacerbating the aging process, chemicals that are doing harm to the body and thus creating the opposite effect of what is intended by using beauty-enhancing products. So be conscious of what products you're using, read the labels and descriptions, understand what the ingredients are, and learn to rely on products or methods that are truly healthy for you, that truly nurture your body. Tip number 10, supplement with sea-based plants and other superfoods. These are filled with minerals, vitamins, essential fatty acids, vegan proteins, and anti-aging phytonutrients. There are many superfoods that your body can use to protect and repair itself from the stresses of life. The ancient pioneer in the healing arts, Hippocrates, once said, "Let your food be your medicine." And truly our foods can support our health or diminish our health. And we want to choose foods that are high in nutrition, that are very much fresh and alive, and giving our body what it needs to maintain itself, rather than foods that are highly processed, that have limited nutrition, or which have chemicals in them that could actually stress or harm our bodies. Some examples here would be blue-green algae, chlorella, aloe vera, wheatgrass, barley grass, dulse, kelp, which are seaweeds, phytoplankton, many different types of berries, nuts, seeds, hemp plant, moringa, and other plant-based superfoods which can help your body maintain itself in a more youthful state. Tip number 11 is to do a heavy metal detoxification. In this process, you clear out excess metals from your body, as those can interfere with cellular processes and interfere with the nervous system. Lead, mercury, aluminum, cadmium, tungsten, nickel, and other metallic elements can often build up in our bodies. There are some herbs and nutrients and foods, of course, that can help with detoxifying. Before doing this type of detox, you would want to work on clearing out your body's detoxification systems. So you want to be gentle in this process and not necessarily try to overdo it at one time, but make sure that things are gradually cleansing, that your body is able to handle the release of those toxins as you're pulling them out of the cells and tissues in your body. Tip number 12 is to ensure that you get moderate sun exposure. The light spectrum of the sun is nourishing and helps regulate our body's hormones. Just be careful to not spend too long in the sun, since too much exposure can damage the skin. Sunlight contains a very wide spectrum of frequencies, and many of those are really helpful and essential to our health. There are some frequencies that we don't want to be exposed to too much, so that's why we cannot stay in the sun too long. If you're using sunscreen, you want to make sure that you're using completely natural types of sunscreen that don't clog up the pores of your skin with any harmful chemicals. I appreciate having the opportunity to share this information with all of you. Remember that we all have the power to transform our health. As we shift our mindset, our psychology, and our lifestyle, we can start to look and feel more youthful and more vibrant. And this is what I wish for each of you. For anyone seeking additional information and support, with holistic health and wellness, you're invited to visit phinsights.com. I want to wish everyone a wonderful day. Namaste.